Welcome to Studio 7, everyone. I'm Mercedes Wilson.
I'm Matt Bove.
And I'm Autumn Lewandowski.
So should we get right
Yeah.
to the pressing?
I
Autumn, you know
right?
everybody's looking at you right now,
Listen,
right?
you're the most important
Yeah.
person. You're the most important person every day. But
Important,
today,
yeah.
you are really
Yes.
important.
Either despised or loved.
Yeah.
It all depends on
mhm.
what you're wanting. It's just the start of another lake effect storm.
Yeah.
We have Lake Erie is a couple of degrees above normal. We've got, again, the coldest air of the season now starting to filter in between Thursday and Friday. So on top of the lake effect snow, it's going to feel like the single digits tomorrow and
Ew.
Friday overnight. It'll
Ew.
be near zero.
Yeah.
So very chilly. Bundle everybody up as they get outside.
Single digits? It's going to feel like that?
Yeah.
What the heck?
Right.
Man. This
Well,
is
welcome to winter. This is
Yeah.
winter.
Well, keep in mind, I was in Los Angeles 2 days ago.
Yeah,
it
that
was
is true.
80 degrees
That
in
is
Los
true.
Angeles. Single
That is
digits.
true.
My goodness.
So we'll get to that too, but we're going to deal with this lake effect band from tonight into the overnight through Thursday, and then finally by Friday that will come to an end. So lake effect snow warnings in place for Southern Erie, Wyoming County, Chautauqua, and Cattaraugus. That's all ready, taking place. That switch over to snow is happening, and most areas have kind of like that rain snow mix, higher elevation switching over to snow, maybe a slushy inch or two of accumulation through this evening, and then at 10 p.m. Northern Erie and Genesee counties go underneath the lake effect snow warning. And everyone's like, oh, well, Northern Erie, like, does that mean me and
Does
Grand
that mean me?
Island? Yeah. Pretty much no.
Heck yeah.
Overnight tonight, we may get up to Buffalo, the airport, Batavia, and then it will drift back south a little bit. And then some models suggesting that it goes back north a little into the afternoon on Thursday. So in the most persistent bands, this is going to be south of Buffalo. So 28 to Dunkirk, you'll probably get that 2 to 3 foot mark if in the most persistent snow. I mean, because if you think about it, if we get 2 or 3 inches or maybe 3 or 4 inches an hour, I mean, that's all it has to do is sit over Buffalo for an hour and a half and you'll have a half a foot of snow.
Yeah.
So we'll see how far north that heads tonight and how long it may stay in those areas, but primarily it's going to be South Buffalo, Lackawanna, West Seneca, southward into the night and tomorrow. And then you have the wind gusts. So it's not so much, okay, we can deal with the couple feet of snow, right? But you can't see in that lake effect band when winds are going 40 miles an hour and you have to travel through it. So if you have to travel tomorrow, be very mindful of what you may be traveling into.
Yeah.
James, I thought Autumn said yesterday that we were still in fall. We are, right?
Yes.
Technically still fall?
Yes, we are technically still in. Wait, it's the 11th. Yeah.
When does it switch over?
The 20th or 21st. Why don't I know this off the top of my head?
Is this the equinox? Is that what that's called? I'm making that up.
It's-
Alyssa's nodding her head. Yeah, this is the equinox. Yeah, winter equinox. Isn't that what it's called? I don't actually
No,
know.
I have no
it's-
clue.
It's the solstice. The equinox is when
Solstice.
it's equal. So fall and spring are equal parts.
Oh.
The solstices
Summer solstice,
are
winter
more sun, and then
You just taught me
less
something that I
sun.
think I will remember for the rest of my
Well,
life.
I'm
The
glad.
equal.
Aw.
Equinox is
Yeah.
equal. That's one of those nice ones to. How do you think of a compass when you're trying to remember like directions? Do you have something that you think of?
Never eat shredded wheat.
Never eat soggy Wheaties. That's how we
Really?
learned it. Yeah,
Yep,
exactly.
never
and I
eat
think in my
shredded
head,
wheats.
what a loser. I'm driving and I'm like, never eat soggy. Okay,
Yep,
that's the
yep,
West
yep.
way. It's funny because she sits here and she talks about all the snow that's probably going to come to the Southtown, South Buffalo, etc. It's going to be sunny and 85 degrees on Grand Island
Yeah.
tomorrow. Might go in the
cut it
pool, cut the
out.
lawn. It's always sunny. We're always on island time over on Grand
Oh
Island.
my goodness. Pretty much. I mean, I have family members that live in the North Towns, and
Smart
a
people.
couple in North Tonawanda. They're like, "Do I have to worry about this?" I'm like, "Do you ever have to worry about this? Really?"
Yeah.
So
It is crazy because you see the progression. I mean, I saw it firsthand the other day, a few weeks ago, when there was the Bills 49ers game, and you start at your house on Grand Island, and there's nothing. Then you drive into the city,
Yep.
and there's nothing. Then you take Route 5, and you get over Route 5, you get over the Skyway, and then you start to see the snow, and then it just snaps and hits you. You get
Yeah.
to like Lackawanna, and there's the walls of snow lining Route
Those
5.
walls are no joke.
And you're like, this is crazy. How have they been doing this? So I know tomorrow the Bills practice again. So I'll be heading to Orchard Park and I'll leave my house and it'll probably be fine. And then I'll get to a certain point and it'll just flip. And then all of a sudden there'll be snow everywhere.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Now on my way in, it was rain mixed with a little bit of snow, but we're not supposed to get anything near Tonawanda.
not really. I mean, there might be with what switches over through this evening. I mean, you might have a slushy coating. You know, not the kiss of
Like
5
this?
inches.
Yeah, I was. You knew where I was going.
But it's through the overnight past midnight, say 1 or 2 in the morning. Though that's kind of the best time frame that it's going to push north for a little while. How far north? How long does it stay in those areas? So, I mean, that could be, I don't know, 3 to 8 inches or something.
Is it
so,
a pretty hard stop on Friday? Is it going to still be a tricky weekend or is it like,
no. Friday, it's long gone.
Mhm.
So
So
we
no
won't be
issues
dealing
getting
with-
to Detroit. I'm going to drive to Detroit on Saturday morning. Should be fine. And then I'm sure a lot of other Bills fans are doing the same thing.
Yes,
Yeah.
Saturday will be fine.
Yeah, it's nice. I mean, Detroit plays indoors, so you don't have to
Oh,
deal with you don't have to
nice.
deal with it when you're actually
Nice,
at the
nice,
game.
nice.
It's just
It's
making
driving
it's
to
just
it.
making the commute
Yeah.
to there. Some people fly, some people drive. It's probably easier to just drive. I mean, you cut through Canada. I can get from our station in downtown Buffalo to downtown Detroit in 4 hours if you go through Canada.
Yeah,
It's
you
really
can
not
go
bad.
really
And it's
quick.
really not bad. I will say though, tickets if you're going to this game, crazy expensive. Like $400
Ooh,
is
are
like the
they?
cheapest to get in.
And how good are those seats for 400?
Oh, you're touching the sky. You're
Oh
up
my
with you're up with the
gosh.
clouds for $400. That's just to get in the door.
I mean, it's gonna be a good game.
It's going to be a very
It's gonna
good
be a
game.
good
So
game, though.
I'm glad that the weather will not have any sort of impact on, knock on wood, the commute, and obviously it won't have it on the game as well.
Well, we got to talk about that when we come back.
All right.
We'll be right back.
No major travel issues coming back from Los Angeles.
No,
Knock on wood. Yeah,
you're starting a new streak.
maybe I'm starting a new streak. I mean, we had like a 30-minute delay, but that wasn't crazy. You ever heard of Dreamwater? Either of you ever heard of
No.
Dreamwater?
What is it?
Not a doctor.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, don't listen to me if this sounds bad. But Joe Biscaglia used to work here, covers the Bills for the Athletic. We're taking a red-eye flight after the game. It's a midnight flight, and we're sitting there at the airport. It's like 11 o'clock at night, and he's like, "You should go get some Dreamwater. I can't sleep on planes." I was like, "I've never even heard of that." It's like a little shot, almost like you know what those little 5-hour energy
Yeah,
bottles
yeah,
look
yeah.
like. It's a little bottle that size, and it's just water with melatonin in it. And they tell you should take
Melatonin.
it a half an hour before you take off. I took it as I was walking onto the plane, and the next thing I remember is waking up in Chicago,
Wow.
leaving Los Angeles, and the next thing I remember were the lights coming on, and the stewardess and like people who work on planes walking up and down the aisle and collecting the cups and snacks.
And
from
you
people.
never sleep on planes.
never sleep
Well,
on
that's
planes.
fantastic.
So I was tired, and I think that
and it was nighttime.
and it was night. I mean, it was midnight, and this just kind of put it over the edge. But now I'm like, whoa! If I
Have-
take a red eye, that's the play.
Have you never taken melatonin?
No, I take it all the time, but for some reason, I don't know if it was just like the form. It wasn't a ton of
Well,
it was 5 milligrams of melatonin.
well,
That's
fun
what you
fact,
think.
Well, that's a good point.
Melatonin builds in your system, and it becomes less.
Look at Kevin
it
nodding
works-
his head over
it
there, like
works.
he's like, a
Yeah,
science,
it
science
works
guy.
less and less the more like if you take it every single day, and then
Mm-hmm.
say maybe by day 4 or day 5, you're like, I can't sleep. Don't take it for 2 days, and then
Okay,
take it again.
Yeah, but there's something else in this dream water.
yeah, probably, but I don't
If
care.
it's called dream water,
I don't care. I didn't dream, but I was asleep. but
did
it
you
was
get a couple extra bottles?
It was
for
marvelous. No, it was like $7, so I wasn't buying. I wasn't buying them in bulk, but at the same time, I wasn't paying for it either. So when I saw $7, I was like, "Thanks,
One'll do.
WKBW."
It better give you a nap for $7.
Hey, I'll take
So-
that.
We had issue. Is Facebook still down?
Oh, Facebook
So
and Instagram.
how
Yeah,
are
I
these
see it.
people commenting?
Facebook and Instagram.
Our
Oh,
Facebook
okay.
still working?
Oh, the Seven Life Facebook
Oh, Seven
page.
Life is working. Yeah, WKBW, when we were doing not we, but when the weather team was doing a stream earlier, it wasn't on Facebook.
I'm pretty sure Instagram is still down too, right?
Yeah.
It's
What
how
a
is
day
how is
to
the
be
world
down.
how is the world functioning? No Instagram and no
Yeah.
Facebook.
So we got a couple people with us.
If you're tuning in with us, thanks y'all.
Coming back. Welcome back to Studio 7. So we have to talk about this game,
Yeah,
right?
sure, we can if you want to.
Oh, we have
I
to.
mean, it's a big one. It's a big one. A lot of people think it's like a Super Bowl preview, which is we're getting ahead of ourselves a bit here. But I mean, they are two of the betting favorites to win the Super Bowl. They're two fan bases that are super hungry for a team that has won. Neither city has ever won a Super Bowl. So I mean,
Well, that would just be an awful matchup.
why? Because then somebody would
Because-
lose again.
Yes.
Well, the Bills got good experience losing in Super Bowls.
I-
The Lions have never been though. So the one
Yeah.
thing is I don't know if you want to tempt your fate against a team like that because it feels like very like they're destined to win it all. But
who the Lions or
the
the Bills?
Lions feel like they're like a team of destiny. That is how good they are right now. But all of that said, you sign up on the dotted line right now for any possible matchup if you know that you're getting there. Bills are very good. They had some weaknesses exposed the other day. They lost, and there's a lot that they
Yeah.
need to improve on.
Yeah.
But the sky is not falling. This is a really tough game, but the Bills are a really good team. They can beat
Yeah.
anybody.
Yeah, but weren't we not really thinking about Super Bowl
At the
contention
beginning of the year, I
for
think
us?
at the beginning of
For
the
the
year,
Bills, I should say.
We weren't.
No, I don't think so.
It was a fascinating year for expectations because internally, I think expectations were higher than they were externally.
Mm-hmm.
But not a lot of people thought this was a team good enough to win a Super Bowl. A lot of people thought, okay, yeah, playoff team. They weren't even the favorites to win their own division. The Jets
Yeah,
were
they got
actually
rid of a lot of
yeah,
people
I mean, they got
and
rid of
all
a lot of
sorts
people.
of things, right?
So a lot of people kind of slept on the Bills, and then they really exceeded expectations, and good for them. I mean, the season has already been much, much better than most people thought. That said, though, now that you've already clinched a playoff spot, the conversation needs to shift towards how do you get to the Super Bowl? How do you win in the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
And that's where we'll go from here. But this is a really fun matchup on Sunday.
So
And all the play, all the play really changes once you get into.
Well, yes.
Playoff.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's do or die. You can't make a mistake.
Yeah.
You have a bad game, your season's done.
yeah.
And that's the thing that's so scary about it. It's like, you have all of these games in the regular season. You afford yourself a chance to potentially slip up. But in the playoffs, any team can beat anybody. And
Yeah.
that's, dicey.
Well, you mentioned some slip-ups from
Mhm.
last Sunday.
Yeah.
What did you?
Well,
did you see?
defensively, they were terrible. The Bills
Mhm.
defense couldn't stop a nosebleed. It was really bad. I mean, they gave up. They gave up.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
They gave
yeah.
up 44
They
points.
gave up a lot.
It
yeah.
was just like everything that the Rams wanted to do, they were able to do.
and vice versa. Or?
Special teams was a problem for the Bills. They had a punt blocked that was returned for a touchdown.
Yes.
And like
Yeah,
a play
that
like
was-
that, you spot the other team 7 points in any NFL game, regardless of the competition. You spot them a touchdown. Now all of a sudden you're playing catch up the whole game. I mean, you go into it. We every once in a while talk about like betting lines and stuff. The Bills were favored in this game by 4 points. On that one play, all of a sudden you give up 7 points.
Yep.
So you
Yep.
take that, oh, you're favored to now, like you are expected to lose by 3. They lost by 2. So it's funny how it always seems to work out that way.
Mm-hmm.
This week, they are the underdogs by a field goal. They are expected to lose by a field goal. That is what Vegas thinks.
Is that because of last week's game?
No, it's because the team they're playing has lost 1 game, and they haven't lost since the second week of the year. They've won 11 straight games. The Lions are that good. They're really, really talented offensively. They move the ball well. They're a very good team. But the Bills are a very good team, and they've got the best player that's playing in the game with Josh Allen.
Mm-hmm.
So anytime you got Josh Allen, you got a chance.
I really like to root for underdogs, though. I wonder who I might be like secretly rooting for
Between the
on
Bills
Sunday.
and the
You
Lions?
said secretly rooting for?
What are you talking about? What kind of conversation is
Right.
that? Yeah.
Where's
The
this
regular
going?
season, I don't know. Well, there was a Netflix special, and oh gosh, what is his name?
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
No. From the 90s.
I don't know
It's
the
gonna-
Netflix special.
It's gonna escape me now.
Mhm.
But he was like a running back or whatever. He was
Barry
like
Sanders.
Barry Sanders.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Watch that special, and then you're gonna be like, I love the Detroit Lions. Like they're just, they're a grit town.
Mhm.
I don't know.
There's
It's-
a lot of
it's just the
similarities.
thing. Yeah.
There's a lot of similarities. Also, Ralph Wilson, who bought the Bills, was from
Yeah.
was from
Mhm.
Detroit.
Mhm.
No,
And
of
there-
course I'll vote for the Bills. but-
Yeah, vote.
root-
You're gonna
vote-
vote. For,
vote
she's
for
gonna
them.
vote. She's gonna vote for the Bills. If only it was that easy. If it was just something that you could vote for. Yeah, I mean it'll be a fun game. I'm excited. Dom Tibbetts and I are driving out. We'll leave early Saturday
Nice.
morning. That's an easy drive, and honestly, I'm just excited from a selfish standpoint of after this, it's a couple weeks at home. The holidays, the NFL hooked it up. We're bookended with Christmas with a home game and a home game.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's not going anywhere anytime soon. The last game of the year is in New England. That's an easy place to get to. I mean, I'm not complaining, but 2 trips across the country in a couple weeks is a lot.
It
with
is.
Seattle and
It
with
is.
Los Angeles.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
you're always kind of just playing catch up a little bit.
Yeah.
So this will be nice to kind of, unwind a bit.
I tell you what was funny. I mean, it's football, but it's not.
Mhm.
When Josh got engaged,
Yeah.
I saw all the different chat groups
Mhm.
and Facebook groups talking about, oh man, now we don't have a chance. I was like, ladies,
Mm-hmm.
Did you?
I don't think we had a chance.
Well,
I
not with
don't-
that,
I
not with
don't
that
think
attitude.
we had a chance with Josh.
Not
Like,
with that
what's
attitude.
happening here?
Yeah.
But all these different groups were like, oh, guess what? I mean, some were like, oh, congratulations, but some were like, dang.
Yeah.
I was like, are we thinking realistically?
I'm sure there were a lot of people who were like, "Oh no, now I don't have a chance with Haley Steinfeld." Who are the exact same conversation. Don't think you had a chance with Haley Steinfeld before. Here's a fun question.
Mhm.
You guys can get in on this. Who is more famous, Haley Steinfeld or Josh Allen? I had this conversation the other day with somebody, and we got pretty heated.
What
I
did
think
she
it
play
depends
in?
on.
I guess
She's
that's my
in the
answer.
she's in the Marvel universe. She's in the Spider-Man movies. She's in the Netflix series Arcane. She has been nominated for an Academy
Did you
Award.
study all this or did you know this?
I knew most of it. I mean, she's dating Josh Allen, and it's my job to cover the Bills. So
Yeah,
you,
yeah.
You kind of find out like
Okay.
what's going on. But it's a really interesting question because I would say here Josh Allen is more famous, but nationally Haley Steinfeld is more famous.
Well,
I
Haley
would
has
agree-
20
I
million
would-
Yeah,
followers.
20
I would
million
agree.
followers on Instagram. I mean, like that's pretty insane. That's not like, Taylor Swift levels, but it's like, the next tier.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know who she was.
Oh,
I'm
no
sure
kidding.
if I saw her,
No kidding. You didn't know who she was before Josh
and I
Allen?
watch Marvel and all that, I didn't
Yeah,
know who she
I
was.
I didn't either.
Really interesting. Okay,
But
so
now that I
did.
do, I'm like, oh, I love her in the Marvel.
But part of it is also just like I think she's similar age to me, so I would imagine that a lot of the stuff that she's been in has been kind of similarly on the timeline of me continuing to get older and see movies and whatever. So I mean, she's a superstar, and so
I think
is he.
Alyssa would vote Haley because she's just shaking her head yes
Yeah.
the whole time over there.
Yeah, 100%.
We'll be right back.
All right, y'all. I gotta go be on TV.
Go be on TV. Go be great.
Sounds good.
Here's my script. You guys want to come do this for me?
No.
Nope.
Have fun.
Thank you.
I wouldn't last 10 seconds. Fun times. So did you see any of those posts about Josh when they got engaged? No.
The only ones I saw were like the memes of "we got a ring, we need another one," or whatever that was.
We use
I'm
every
like,
opportunity.
"Oh,
We use every opportunity we can, right?
how many of these am I gonna see?
Every opportunity we can. Oh my gosh, I love it.
My goodness.
Well, I've missed Matt. It was nice to talk
Yeah,
football.
it was nice to have him around for a little bit.
Yeah, it was very nice, and I'm sure people are glad that we have you to learn more about this weather. Or
Yeah,
learn as much as they
speaking
can about
of
the weather.
weather, when
Yeah.
he mentioned going early on Saturday, like, oh yeah, the weather's great, but I neglected to mention that it's like not great weather there. It's like raining during the weekend.
Mhm.
So,
It's a lot better than
well,
feet
the
of
lake
snow.
effect, but
Yeah,
oh well, what
It's a
can
lot
you
better.
do?
yeah. Well prepared for the weather.
It's so sad. Only a few people knew how to find us when we're not just right on WKBW's Facebook page.
So we're also on
But
X,
that's all right. That's
and
awesome.
YouTube, but a lot of people are used to.
And
and
X.
Twitter or X.
And X.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's hard to. How are they commenting? Or they can't comment.
They can comment on X.
Oh,
Yeah,
Let
yeah.
me
I
if
see a few
can get
people
on there or
commenting from
something.
Facebook.
Yeah.
I see a few folks doing that.
Sorry, everybody. We're just kind of working
Yeah,
with
we're
the
sad you
kinks.
can't join and comment or that you have to search around for us.
Exactly.
Autumn,
Okay.
how often do you get weather updates? Is it once every couple hours? Is it once?
Do I get a weather update? I
Yeah,
mean,
like how often does the like the weather system update? I'm probably saying
Oh,
that wrong.
well, there are models that come out twice a day, and then there's a couple of other ones that intermittently update in between there. So every 12 or 6 hours,
Okay,
new models come out and adjust.
nice.
So you can look at all different um all different models there. And you have to figure out what you think is actually going to happen. Because some have it going way north or way too far south. So it's our job to look at everything in between and figure it out.
Right. Okay, we're coming back, friend. Welcome back to Studio 7. And well, outside of talking about weather,
I'm like,
I'm
I
thinking
love
about
wa-
his dream
dream
water. Yeah, he
water,
was talking about his
the
dream water.
weather.
So when it comes to, and I know we talked a little bit about this yesterday, but when it comes to preparing, I know this weekend, and you said it'll be long gone by Friday. Is that what you said?
Yeah, the band will move south and pretty much dwindle away into early Friday since
Mm-hmm.
it just kind of loses a lot of its moisture and the way the winds change and everything. So it will dip south and then go away.
Yeah. So I have some what I think is fun. I don't know if my kids will think is fun, but some things that I think would be fun for us to do, if we're by chance stuck in the house. And of course, mine
Okay.
pertains to food.
Yes.
Do you ever pay attention to the TikTok trends, TikTok food trends?
No, I don't really go
Are you
on
on TikTok?
I have a TikTok, but I don't really
You don't really partake?
I don't really
You
go
get
on
some
it.
really good baking recipes. Go ahead. What do you think?
It's just it takes so much time to like sit there and scroll, and I don't know. I just try not to go on that stuff too much.
It's just so fun. I mean, I look for food, and then my algorithm is all food because that's just what I do. But there's one, and I actually brought it to the station here and had a few people try it. Are you a fresh cranberry fan?
Yes.
Okay, so you take
Mhm.
fresh cranberries, you soak them in a juice, whether it's orange juice, or you can do like I did ginger ale.
Okay.
Soak it in at
Mhm.
least 12 hours. I don't know if it absorbs. I mean, they're cranberries.
Right.
You dump it, and then you dump them in a bag of powdered sugar. Make sure they're fully coated. Pop it
Mhm.
in the oven at 200 for 5 to 7 minutes, and they actually like pop
Oh,
in
how
your mouth, and it's a
nice.
really nice sweet treat.
I gotcha. Yeah, no, those sound fabulous.
So, I mean, I passed it around the office, and I know Alyssa tried it. She's like, I'm not a cranberry fan, but she tried it. She goes, okay, maybe I can do this. But it was, I mean, it's pretty fun. I like trying TikTok trends.
Yeah, I mean, every once in a while, I think maybe Instagram has some reels that will have
There are.
certain ideas of different things to do. I think it was off of TikTok. It was like a easy, healthy. I think I did have to bake it, but it was a um peanut butter cookie that was just with kind of better sugar. It was with almond flour and
Mm-hmm.
maple syrup. And that way, it didn't like spike your sugar for like the kids. It's kind of like a
Interesting.
slow release type thing.
Yeah,
So they're
yeah,
not like,
yeah.
"Ah." And then you have the
Mine
peanut
are like
butter.
that. I don't
Yeah,
know.
the peanut butter and everything. So it's a healthier way to make a cookie, I guess.
Yeah.
So I
See,
did. I actually did do something
you
off of
gotta
TikTok,
get
but that was a long time ago.
yeah. Did you see the candied? I mean, we're talking about trends here, and some of these things I'm going to try with the kids. The candied fruit.
No.
I hated that one because you get like the grapes and people dip them. I mean, they're already sweet, and you
Yeah, they
dip
are.
them in like you melt down sugar, and then you
Mhm.
dip it in that. So it's
Oh,
fruit.
oh yeah, yeah.
Remember
Okay.
those?
Yes, 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 yes,
Yeah,
yes.
that was a huge TikTok
Yeah.
trend that
No,
my
I never
kids
tried that.
absolutely loved.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, I've never tried that.
Absolutely loved. Have you seen the scrambled pancakes one?
No.
Alyssa's face right now. I wish you guys could see her face. But if you do
Is it
not
because I haven't seen it?
know,
Oh,
because
'cause
she's
it's
just thinking about
disgusting?
it. And she loves pancakes. But you just scramble them like you pour them in the pan like eggs. And instead of flipping it, you just kind of chop it up and it kind of looks like eggs. You put some fresh fruit and then pour the maple syrup and just eat it with a fork
Ah,
like they're eggs. So it's the same exact recipe. It's just something different.
I would say maybe don't call it like scrambled eggs. It
What would
could
you call it?
it would have to be like I don't know, like a hash or a bake or a I don't know. Like
Just change the name for Autumn,
yeah,
please.
scrambled eggs,
Mhm.
pancakes. Just that doesn't sound good.
I mean, I don't know why, but
Or like a
this,
stuffing, like a pancake
yes,
stuffing.
yeah,
That's
this
what I'm thinking of.
this generation. I mean, I absolutely love it. But my older kids love watching TikTok and love getting recipes that we've traditionally used
Mm-hmm.
in times like tomorrow. If we're snowed in, they're like, "Oh, let's do this." So I'll order stuff. Like today, I ordered some stuff for us to do, and they absolutely love taking our traditional recipes and just making them fun.
Hmm.
They're different.
Right. I don't know if I would make mine different just because it's time consuming in the first place. So
Uh-huh,
I don't want
uh-huh.
to mess them up if it's like a weird take on it or
Yeah.
whatever. But yeah, that we'd like to do that too.
Yeah.
Natalia's been learning how to
Oh, she's gonna
make
get good at it.
make cookies or cakes and all the stuff. And I told you as well, like I don't really give that stuff to anybody because
Mhm.
it's a kid making it, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
she's learning like, oh no, I just licked my finger. I need to go and wash my hands
Yeah.
again before I, go back to all the ingredients. So maybe we'll do that before because I'm thinking she probably won't have school tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, your daughter's learning to wash her hands after she licks it. Mine is like, can we take a fruit roll up and put a pickle in it, roll it up, and that's a new TikTok. I'm
Does it
telling you,
taste good?
I have not tried it. Alyssa said it's good. It's fantastic. It's the savory and I'm telling you, you have to
The
try
salty
some of
and the
these.
sweet.
Hmm.
That's just bizarre
You
though.
have to try some. I'm telling you, they're so creative. And they save time. I know you said it takes a lot of time. So a lot of these save time.
Well, I'm sure my phone is listening, is going to come up with all these crazy
Yes,
recipes.
algorithm. Yes, algorithm.
TikTok's gonna be like, you want to try a pickle in the middle of a roll up? You got it.
I mean, just listen, we have the time anyway. If we're going to be home
Yeah.
tomorrow with our kids,
Let us know.
yeah. If you guys are doing something fun, let us know. Well, thank you all for
Yeah.
watching
see
Studio
you tomorrow.
7. We'll
Be
see you
safe.
tomorrow.
I know. I was like, there's no comment about